Hello, friends. Are you ready?
What's for dinner?
I'm hungry.
Yum, 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 yum.
Delicious.
Let's go, everybody.
Yay!
Oh, gosh. Am I on?
Yeah. Camera, lights, action.
Buongiorno. Zoe's Chicken Cacciatore. Enjoy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zoe's Blind Kitchen Corner. Another episode. And here I am to cook for you the best I can. So if you need to reach me, you can always send an email to zoesblindkitchencorner@gmail.com. You can get me through whose blind life is it anyway @gmail.com. That's through Victor's email and channel, and he will pass the message on to me. If you're watching this through whose blind life is it anyway, or one of the podcasts or something like that, again, you can comment on Facebook. There's many ways to get a hold of me. If you're watching this on YouTube, either on my channel or Victor's channel, you can comment in the section below and I will definitely reply to you. Okay, so today we're not cooking Greek. We're gonna go, as you're looking at the map, we're gonna go a little bit to the left and a little bit west and north. We're gonna go to Italy. We're gonna make chicken cacciatore. Again, there's many recipes for this. This is my version. This is Zoe's chicken cacciatore. You're gonna say to me, there's a Zoe's kitchen? Zoe's chicken cacciatore? Yes, there is. Because I always mess with recipes and I change them to my liking, to my family's liking, etc., etc., etc. So, without further ado, let's get to our ingredients. I have here, hold on. Yeah, here, I have 600 and something grams of skinless, boneless chicken. You can do from about 600 to 750. Mine happens to be about 615, okay? We have, now mine is frozen, it's in a bag. We have 2 cups of finely chopped parsley. Now I have to tell you that if you're sighted and you're looking at this, you're gonna say, I'm not sure that's 2 cups. You're absolutely right. I thought I had more, I don't. This is probably about a cup and a half or a cup and something. We have 28 ounces of ground tomatoes. So I'm using 2 14-ounce cans, so 28 ounces. Then, of course, we're gonna need water. Back here, 1 or 2, I'm using 2 because I had 2 and I don't want 1 to go to waste, okay? So I've got 2 diced up zucchini. I've scraped the skin, not peeled it. You can go to tips, tricks, and how-tos and see how to do that. 2 diced up zucchini. Back here, I have 2 diced up green peppers. Then I have another bowl with 2, oh, that might be the green pepper. Sorry, the back one is 2 cups diced celery. Then I have 2 cup, you know what? This is not my day. Sorry. The celery is 4 stalks. You can use 4 to 5 stalks of celery, diced. Then I have 2 green bell peppers diced and 2 onions diced. And in a little bowl, I have all my spices. I have half a teaspoon of seasoning salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of oregano, 2 teaspoons of basil. These spices are all dried. And I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now, if you don't like things too hot, leave the cayenne pepper out or add a pinch or add 1/8 of a teaspoon. It's up to you. In here in the pot, I have a stainless steel pot. In here I have a 1/4 cup of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of salted butter. That's all our ingredients for today. So I'm gonna move over to my burner. I'm going to place the pot on the burner, and I'm going to turn the burner up to high because we want our butter to melt. We want our oil to get hot and our butter to start melting before we add in our chicken. My chicken is washed. Now, for my chicken, there was a few little pieces. So I'm not going to add in the very tiny pieces at this point. I'm going to add in the whole chicken breast. And it doesn't matter if your butter's not melted quite yet. For the sake of time, I'm just going to add mine in. Okay, so I've added in my one chicken breast and my other chicken breast. And now I've got these little tiny pieces and one that's kind of, I don't know, medium. A little less than medium. I'm going to add that one in as well. Okay, the rest I'm going to add in later because they're sort of bite-sized pieces. I'm going to add those in later. Now, we're going to saute our chicken for about 15 minutes. I would say about 7 minutes on each side. Don't start counting until your chicken's, like you can hear your oil sizzling. Once your oil starts sizzling and you hear it, if you want, you can set a timer for 7 minutes on one side, 7 minutes on the other. I want to hear a good sizzle. It's starting to sizzle. See? You can hear it. I'm going to turn it down to medium. And I'm going to let this saute for about 7 minutes. And then I'm going to turn it and saute it for another 7 minutes on medium. And we'll be back. Okay, so our chicken has been sauteing for about 15 minutes. And I did turn it once. So now I picked up a piece of chicken with the fork, let it drip, let the oil and butter drip off of it, and I'm putting it onto a clean plate. So there's my one piece. And don't tell me if you're blind how you're going to find the chicken. You can feel it with your fork. I just got the second piece. I'm letting it drip, and I'm putting it on the plate. And now I just got to find the little piece. Yes, that's a little harder, but I found it already. Just go in with your fork and find it. Okay, you might not have a little piece. I just happen to have a little piece. Let's set the chicken aside to cool. Okay, now in our butter oil where we were sauteing our chicken, we're going to add in our onions in the pot. Okay. Oops. All our onions are in. And we're going to add in our green peppers. Now, if you're not using garlic powder, remember I said a teaspoon of garlic powder. You can use chopped up real garlic. Not that garlic powder is not real, but I mean fresh garlic. You can use 2-3 cloves, whatever your heart desires. I'm going to add in the celery. Okay, so we've added in our vegetables. Mommy, whoops. Thank you. So I needed a wooden spoon, and I forgot to get one. And as I went with the empty bowls towards my mom, where the camera is, she handed me a wooden spoon. She knew what I wanted, see? Because she's a cook. Now, I want to tell you that the chicken I sauteed a little bit on medium-low. So one level lower than medium. Now my vegetables, I turned them up to a little higher than medium. Okay? Now you want to saute your vegetables, stirring every so often because you don't want your vegetables to stick. Probably about 7 minutes. And we'll be back when that's done. See you then. Sorry, I didn't hear the click click. Okay, so I've been sauteing my vegetables for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna just add, you might not have to do this, I'm gonna add in my few little pieces of chicken that I didn't add at the beginning because they're tiny. So I'm gonna add them in now because it'll be enough time for them to saute. Let me give it a stir. Now, I wanna tell you two things while I'm doing this. So I'm just stirring up my vegetables with the few little pieces of chicken that I added in. One, I made a mistake with the cayenne pepper. It's 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, not 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm gonna add in my zucchini, all my diced up zucchini. And let's give this a stir. Now, you want your zucchini to, what's the word I'm looking for? Where's my timer? Oh. We want our zucchini to fry up for at least a good 5 minutes. Okay, so I've got it on 5, but we're going to stir a little more often because this butter and oil has been basically frying for, 25 minutes, right? Or 20 minutes plus 5 now, 25 minutes. You don't want your vegetables to stick. The only thing I want to tell you is be gentle while stirring now because you don't want to mush your vegetables and your zucchini. Zucchini's pretty stuffed, but because it's a dice, it might, you don't want it to get all mushy. Anyways, the other thing I want to tell you is, so the cayenne pepper was 1/8. Don't worry, in the description box where the ingredients are, it'll say the correct amount. Again, though, it's to taste. Whatever you like. If you like it really hot, remember, you're adding half a teaspoon of black pepper, and then you want to add a pinch of cayenne. You want to add 2 pinches. You want to add 1/8 like I did, 1/4. It's up to you. But remember, take the heat level into consideration. You might have to make this a few times until you reach the desired heat level that you can handle. The other thing I want to mention is while I was sauteing my vegetables and I was occasionally stirring them, if Mom can show you, I cut up my chicken here. I cut up my chicken into small pieces. Yes. Some are like olives, some are a little bigger, some got shredded. You got to prepare your chicken. Chicken cacciatore is like a stew. Okay, so it's like a stew over a bed of rice. Now, I want you to remember that when you're sauteing your chicken, a little bit might stick to the bottom of the pan. Scrape that up. Put that as part of your pieces. This gives the food taste. It's not burnt. Okay? It's just done. It's little pieces, little strands that are done. So, pardon me. All the fuss in this recipe is chopping the vegetables, the preparation. Other than that, it's really easy. I mean, what did we do? We sauteed our chicken 7 minutes on one side, 7 minutes on the other side. We took it out of the pan. We added in our green peppers, onions, and celery. We sauteed those. Now we added in our zucchini. We're sauteing this. So it's like kind of making a gradual stir fry. So I'm stirring again. And like I said, you got to be a little bit gentle, but stir. And I'm just going to turn it up a little because I guess my zucchini is releasing water. And my sizzling level has gone down, which means that some vegetable, which is probably the zucchini, is releasing liquids. Not that it matters, but I want more of a sauté taste than a boiled taste. So, and our next steps are easy as well because there's not much left to do. We're just going to add in stuff and boil. While our food is boiling, we're going to make the rice. By the time your food is, your chicken and vegetables and the tomato sauce with the spices, by the time that's done, so is your rice. So really, this is one of those meals under an hour. What's more time consuming is chopping your vegetables. If you've got a nice gadget, like I do, I have so many gadgets, you can dice up really quickly. Today, to be honest with you, and not that I have to tell you guys this, but I'm being honest. I did everything by hand. I didn't feel like pulling any gadgets out. I felt like just sitting in my kitchen, dicing for however long it took, an hour or whatever the case is, just quiet and in my thoughts. So, at this point, I'm going to, thank you. I'm going to add in my diced up chicken. See, and I've got 10 seconds on my timer. So let's just turn that off. Just put it back there. Let's give our food a stir with the chicken now. Again, be gentle so you don't smush everything. Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter if you smush your vegetables. I just didn't give it too much of a stir. I want you to add in your ground tomatoes. Now I am going to wash these cans out because there's tomato left in it. And I'm going to add in all my spices just at once. So remember, 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons oregano. I'm stirring my food gently now with the spices and tomato sauce. 2 teaspoons basil, 2 teaspoons oregano, half a teaspoon of seasoning salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and as much cayenne pepper as you would like. And a can of tomatoes. 28 ounces of tomatoes. So, I'm going to take my, can I do it with this? I'm going to add, oh, I don't think so, Mom. No, we'll see. I don't think so. No, I'm going to take your canasta. It's better for me. Stay there. So if you're using a 28 ounce can, wash out your can and add a can of water. I'm using 2 14-ounce cans. And I can hear my food boiling in the tomato sauce. Imagine that. That's about a can. In it goes. Okay, we've added in our 1 can. You're going to add in 1 can of tomato. I'm adding 2 because I'm using 2 14 ounces. And, pardon me, I'm adding in the second one. You, remember, you don't want too much water. This is a stew. You're not making soup. Chicken cacciatore is really a stew over rice. At least that's the way I see it. And add in all your parsley. And I have mine in a Ziploc bag because I had chopped it up and frozen it. You need 2 cups, okay? If you're making this amount. Now let's stir up our food. I'm going to bring it up to high because I want it to come to a boil. Stir everything up. Oh boy, it smells good. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. I was concentrating on my food. So we're waiting for this to come to a boil, okay? Now, remember, your vegetables are already sauteed. Zucchini isn't done, but it's partially done. Vegetables are most likely done, or very close to it. Chicken is half done. It's in the tomato sauce, spices and parsley. You've got a little bit of water. And we're going to, when this comes to a boil, I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to put it on one level below medium. And I'm going to let this simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes. I'm going to be checking on it. If by chance you check on it and it's starting to stick, you need a little bit of water. Add half a cup of water, not more. Remember, you don't want too much water. You don't want, when this is done, you don't want it to be runny. A little sauce is fine, but you don't want, you don't want your chicken and vegetables swimming. Okay? So mine has almost come to a boil because I can hear it. Yeah. So Mom's going to hand me the cover. I'm going to take it down to one level below medium. I'm going to cover the pot. And I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes. And I'm going to check on it halfway through. 3. Okay, while that's all happening, I have time to make my rice and clean up. So I'll see you when this is done. Okay, guys, we're back. Our food is done. Today is my day of telling you wrong things. I said boil on one level lower than medium for 30 minutes. No, boil covered for 30 minutes to 40. So what I did is I had it on medium. I stirred maybe once or twice. I left it in for 35 minutes. And the last 5 minutes I uncovered it and turned it up on high. Actually, if my mom can focus, she can show you what it looks like in the pot. Mommy, you can see?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a nice stew. And I've made my rice. And I've put a bed of rice on my plate. And on top, I've served the chicken cacciatore. Zoe's chicken cacciatore. It turned out nice. It's delicious. Again, remember your heat levels. Now, for this amount of tomato sauce, if you want, you can increase the spices a little bit. If you want the taste... oh, I forget the word. If you want the taste to be a little... If it's too subtle for you and you want it stronger, you can increase the spices. It's going to go according to your taste. Very simple dinner, but very delicious. I'm going to serve it with a nice... in my case, I know it's an Italian dinner, but in my case, I'm going to serve it with a Greek salad and some nice... toasted bread, maybe garlic bread, whatever you want. A nice glass of wine, and that's it. You've got dinner in less than an hour on your table. Remember, very tasty, very healthy. Lots of vegetables, zucchini, green pepper, onion, celery, chicken, nice lean cut chicken breast, and boneless, skinless on a bed of rice. So that's it. That's our recipe for today. If you need any clarifications, questions, comments, all welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. I'll see you on next week's episode. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I am your host, Zoe Fiogos. With sincere love and gratitude, I thank you for watching Zoe's Blind Kitchen Corner.